And Justice Served news. Submitted by Irene. Martin Shkreli has been sentenced to 7 years in prison.
Who?
He's the troll guy who bought the drug company.
Oh, that fucker.
Pharma guy, yeah.
Remember when he jacked up the price to like $700 or something?
Oh, for
and people were like, "This is cancer drug."
He's in jail.
Oh, that.
It was
But
for
then he was
AIDS.
also giving it away.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I can't remember exactly.
back in 2015.
Or was it was AIDS drugs?
Yeah, back in 2015, he made headlines because he did raise the price for this one particular drug that is used to treat AIDS patients, the pregnant and elderly.
Damn, AIDS, pregnant, and elderly?
That's like a 3-in-1 Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's like a Tylenol.
Yeah, so he raised it by 5,000%. That's when he first made headlines. And then he kept making headlines for having a big ass mouth, like just always talking shit. And like just bragging that he has all this money and that he likes Wu-Tang and that he bought this Wu-Tang album.
No, he was trolling though.
He wasn't for real.
Well, I don't know. I just like to look at everything through that lens. So my understanding is that he bought the Wu-Tang album as a troll move, which is pretty funny.
He bought it for $2 million at an auction.
You mean the original?
He's just balling as fuck.
Like the master album?
It's a signed album.
Oh.
He got arrested for
Child porn.
no. He made a lot of false claims to his investors and pretty much like for fraud.
Ho ho ho.
Oh, so he got in trouble for that?
Dummy dum dum.
But it was troll fraud.
It wasn't real fraud? What's the difference? I thought all fraud is
No,
fraud.
if you're frauding, but it's for the lulz, then it's different.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's completely okay. Come on.
different thing.
We should learn the law a lot better.
Yeah, and so
Everyone takes everything so seriously now. It's like it's a little lighthearted fraud.
That's a little murder.
It's a practical joke. It was a prank. It's a YouTube prank, guys.
Yeah, it's a YouTube
It's a prank.
It's
It
a
makes
prank,
it
bro.
okay when you say that.
It's a prank, bro.
yeah, so his lawyers were asking the judge to impose a 12 to 18 month sentence after he was found guilty. But the prosecutors were seeking at least 15 years. It turns out though, it's being reported that he got 7 years instead, and so apparently his lawyers were trying to get him in a nice cushy like federal prison. But then, since he first got arrested, he was out on bail this entire time. He tweeted out something along the lines of like, I will pay $5,000 per strand of hair that off of Hillary Clinton's head, and it has to have the follicle on it. And so that, the judge said,
It's a threat, yo.
it was a threat. And so he is,
How many hair snatching attempts were there after that?
I don't know.
No,
I mean, if he's not known to be a funny person.
yeah, but he kind of is. You have to know the context of it all, man. He was trolling a lot on his Twitter.
Okay, so if he's already doing this on a regular.
But I don't know. I don't know what it all is, man.
If he's already under the radar, or under the microscope, not the radar, if he's under the microscope.
What's a
like,
microscope?
why?
Microscope. An optical instrument used for observing small objects.
Why do anything to attract any sort of negative attention?
Because that's how he is. He's a troll man at heart.
And then thanks to him being a troll,
Yeah.
he's not getting federal prison,
Right.
and he's getting high security prison.
There is a price to pay.
He's gonna get butt fucked, dude.
And he was crying. He was crying.
Of course.
You would cry if you
was
got 7 years?
bawling.
I'd be crying my eyes out.
But it's just funny coming from him though, because he's such a like.
A troll,
oh,
that's
this
true.
shit.
You never want to cry
This is
as
his
a
face,
troll.
by the way.
Never want to cry.
He looks like fucking Pepe the Frog, dude.
His
It's a
lawyers-
punchable face, for
The
sure.
lawyers himself said sometimes I just want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, it's a punchable face.
He fucking
He has a
pisses
punchable
me
face.
off.
He has a punchable face.
You know what this reminds me of? The reason why I like this so much, there are so many people that have that. You know what I mean? Where they know that they won't get socked.
The smugtitude, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so smug.
Smugitude.
Yeah, the smugnality of it all. You know, so they'll walk around, say what they want, do what they want, because they know nobody's gonna fuck them up. But in prison, you're just a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get fucked in the ass.
So what about the people that are this way and they do get fucked up, but it doesn't faze them and they continue?
I think they're gonna continue to get fucked up.
Or because he's so fucking rich, even after this shit, he's probably just gonna say, hey, when I go out, I'll just give you guys money, just don't touch me.
True.
And then he's gonna run the prison. Okay, well, this
So
sucks.
he doesn't really have much to offer anymore because prosecutors moved already to seize.
He still has money somewhere else.
$7.4 million of his assets.
Yeah, he's got offshore investments.
7.4 million to him is a fucking penny. That is nothing.
What did he, like, do you know how he got rich or anything like that? I'm just so curious how.
Like where he came from?
Yeah, because he's like such a stereotypical antisocial idiot where it's like he's one of those guys that are so fucking smart but so fucking human dumb that he probably figured it out like some genius way to make a lot of money, but he's probably like those fucking nerds that got picked on all his life.
Yep, didn't have any friends.
And now he's like nerd raging.
Yeah, he looks like that.
Well,
Yeah.
like the first day of prison for him to get his teeth smashed in.
I could just sit here and we could all just do this thing where it's like, good, yeah, I love this. But I like to do the other side always, right? So I'm trying to figure out like what's my angle on this thing. So it's like, okay, like I vaguely remember something about how, like when he bought this drug was going to go off market anyway, and he bought the drug to keep,
To keep it alive?
to keep it from going like, because it was a very small drug for a small market group of people or some shit. I like it's so easy to just go, this man is a devil person, villain person.
Well, they've been calling him the most hated man in America for a while.
Right, but that's so easy, right? Like how easy is it to? I mean, we know
It's
that
easy to label people
it's so fucking easy.
without really figuring out what's going
No one
on.
knew who the fuck I was. They could take all the shady clips on YouTube and
I'll
fucking
put it
make
like
me
this.
evil.
I don't dislike him because of all the drug stuff. I didn't know about this shit. I'm basing off his picture.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Based off of his face?
I'm just basing off his fucking picture.
No, because I know that people were writing him about the drug, and he was like, there are examples that I've seen of him giving it to them for free. So it's not just look. I'm not saying he's a great guy or anything. I'm just saying, man, it's so easy to go caped villain, Boris and Natasha, fucking evil person.
But that's a lot more fun though. We need our scapegoats in society.
It's true.
Like, look at this fucker. Look at this Hitler.
It's
look at
fun to pile on. It is.
But
Yeah.
look at that propaganda ass picture. Like right there. That's all I need.
Yeah, he does have that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
He's preparing for the punch already. He's like,
Yeah.
And he's got glasses on.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
know.
He just,
No, he's asking for it. And he just has a magician look about him that, you know, you want to be
exactly. He looks like he has a top hat and a cape.
for sure.
He looks like he practices fucking throwing doves out of his sleeve and shit.
So he what? So he was known for that drug thing, and that's why people hate him.
yeah, but he kept himself relevant by just being a little.
He was trolling all over the place online. A ton of it. So that's why I know a little more than the surfacey he was evil thing. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think what makes him look even worse is that he was being shady with his investors.
Sure. I don't know, man. It's just so easy.
I completely forgot about that shit. I was just looking at his picture. That's it.
That's true, because if we don't know the person,
I know.
we're just relying on the media to tell
Like,
us
dude,
who this character
When
is.
PewDiePie got called a Nazi and all this shit, and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's the most hated guy on YouTube right now. And it's like, well, there's a little more to that.
No, we did that on JK News and we fucked up. Because we got the news, we got it from that, and then we didn't even tell the story right because we got it from the fucking media.
Well,
so
because we only.
And that's who promulgates the story that Martin Shkreli just wants to jerk off on poor people or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that he didn't do that. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know, man. It's just a little easy for me. I don't do.
And we got roasted just because, like, you know, they want hot topics. So if you want hot topics, we're not going to get the best information.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So we're not going to know every single
it's
angle
like,
from
pick your
everywhere.
fucking poison. You want us to do a hot topic, or you want us to chill and learn about it, and then we could discuss it. So
And then they're going to complain, oh my god, I heard
too
about
late.
this story
It's like,
3 months
you
ago.
can't win, so we can only go off information that you guys are asking for. So you know, so it's a weird ground, you know.
And yeah, if you're not a fan, like I've watched PewDiePie videos like a little bit back in the day when he did like video games and stuff. But if you're not religiously watching, you don't get the humor, you don't get what he's doing. And then so the Nazi thing, like I knew it was trolling, but I also knew like, you know, PewDiePie should have thought of how the rest of the world would perceive that. action.
But I don't think. See, I think as when you're doing shtick, you don't want to think about what the rest of the world thinks. You just want to do your bit and get the fuck out.
Is he a comedian?
PewDiePie?
Or is he just a gamer?
No, he's a comedian
He's a
now.
personality. Yeah.
I think he's funny as fuck now. I really do.
He's better now.
I think because he's just doing his own thing now. Like I used to be like everybody else and like, oh, he just wants to do scary. Like he just wants to be scared and sit in his chair and pretend to be scared of games or whatever. But now he's just talking like a real person and stuff. So I dig his the way he does that.
And he incorporates a lot of like editing and stuff.
Yeah.
He has a personal style to it. That's what I like about, I think, YouTube. I wouldn't label them as comedian or whatever. What are they? They're just personalities, right? But they have their own style through editing, and then they create their own. There's a lot of creativity behind them.
But if we were on the news right now and you said PewDiePie, it's like, what, the Nazi? You're gonna talk about this Nazi guy?
Now he's labeled like that.
That's right, exactly.
He's labeled to the outside world that we're in YouTube, so we know. I see PewDiePie as PewDiePie the gamer.
Yeah, I don't like the grave dancing because, like, even with Logan Paul, right? Like, I've met Logan Paul. I worked with Logan Paul in the Thinning movies. Like, Logan Paul, like, I would have loved to just go into that experience and, like, the way that I was going into it, where it's like, oh, great, this fuckboy and all this stuff. But when I met Logan Paul, he worked his fucking ass off. He tried his fucking ass off. Like, when he was on set, he was acting his ass off. Like, he wasn't, like, being, like, Logan Paul that you think he's gonna be. Like, he had dedication, and now everyone's like, oh, Logan Paul, you mean the guy who loves suicide and can't wait for suicide to happen? You know, it's just so fucking easy. I just get bored of it. Like, I want to know more about the person. Like, I don't want to just demonize to the ground.
The suicide thing was there, but then it was like him and how he treated Japan. I think that's what like did it over the edge.
Hey man, I'm not defending any of it. I'm not saying like, you know, I think he definitely made mistakes for sure. But I'm just saying there's more to a person than like one I fucked up moment.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I don't like to do all the grave dancing. I don't do it to anybody. I like to make fun and do shtick and stuff, but I don't like the like, yay, he's going to prison, or yeah, his career's over. Oh, I'm so glad all of his shit got canceled,
What
or
do you
whatever.
feel about Weinstein then? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think he deserves a second chance. No, that's easy. That's easy. That's like OJ, right? It's like, of course he should rot. Like, that's easy shit. Like that's.
You're just talking about like one thing, one mistake, kind of.
Sure, yeah.
No, I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, give me a reason to hang somebody. Oh, you farted? Hang him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, what? You accidentally said a bad word? Hang him.
I think Logan was like in the forgivable state at first, and then it just started doing this, and it uncovered a lot more stuff.
But I will say, even the story of Monster, that Charlize Theron movie, like, what's her name? The real lady's name? I can't remember her name, but. Man, I watched this documentary about her, and I'm like, you know, this is so different than just like, hey, this lady is a murderer who fucking can't wait to murder people.
She had a fucked up life.
She had a fucked up life, right?
Eileen
Wuornitz, man.
Eileen, yeah.
So she had a fucked up life. She claims that it was self-defense, that she was killing these guys in self-defense because they were trying to rape her, and that used to happen to her all the time as a prostitute, and that's how she made her living, and everyone thought she's trash, and she was like, you know what, I was defending myself. And they're like, you defended yourself 7 times and you're hiding bodies? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, and the cops waited to pick me up, or whatever she said. But there was another side of the story that I liked finding out. Instead of just going, Eileen Wuornitz, there's a movie about her called Monster. She's a monster. Like, it's so easy. Like, the most hated person in America. I don't know. It's just too easy for me. Like, there's always, I like to hear the other side. And then we can burn them down publicly. It's fun.
Yeah, I just don't care enough. I just saw the picture and then I was like, look at this magician.
I don't like your face? Go to jail.
I was like, look at this little fucking Harry Potter fuck.
Give me a reason.